All right, I'm joined here today by Tyla Promnick, going into your third fight as a professional boxer. Tyla, welcome to SA Boxing Talk. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling great, excited.
And of course, going into the third fight, you mentioned just off camera that you're the age of 20 now, very young in the game, learning a lot on the job. How's it been so far in your professional career?
To be honest, it's flowed very nicely. Everything's, come when it's supposed to. I feel like I'm just going through the motion, getting my, my fight record up, and yeah, everything's great. I'm very excited for the future.
You and your brother both compete in the sport of boxing. What sort of memories did you have growing up together in the sport?
Sure. So I think I got into the sport a little bit later than he did, but growing up with brothers in general, as the only girl in the family with two older brothers, growing up with them, being tortured as a little kid, constantly wrestling with them. I think I've always been into combat sports because of that reason. So going into boxing with him, having him as a mentor has just been a blessing.
And how does your family feel about it? I mean, the fact that you're in boxing, did they support you the whole way with this sport?
100%. I think they were a little bit nervous in the beginning, but my mom is probably the strongest woman I've ever met in my life. So she's always taught me that whatever a man can do, a girl can do. So she's always been encouraging.
You're about, I think, 9 days out from your next bout as the time we're doing the interview. How does the nerves feel now going into this third one?
Feels great. I think I always get butterflies the week leading up to the fight, but on the day of, everything in my mind is quiet. That's the place where I'm supposed to be. I feel like I'm meant to be there. So on the day of, it's not bad, but leading up to it, there's obviously butterflies and nerves, but all good.
And just for the fans out there, the person that she'll be coming up against, what's her name and what do you know about her?
Her name is Masella. I don't really know much about her, just her weight, obviously, her name. But going into the fights, I know that I'm going to work harder than any opponent. No matter how hard they've worked, I've worked harder. So, knowing not much about her doesn't really bother me, but I'm excited.
And we're sitting here in the gym today, Alan Tawil's gym. Obviously, it's many great fighters have come through these doors and, gone on to become champions. You obviously want to become another champion from your stable?
100%. Growing up with all these photos around me, being brought up in this gym through the sport by Alan Tawil, it's crazy to be part of such a long legacy of incredible boxers and world champions.
And you're also privy to the next generation of Alan Tawil, because we've got Alan Tawil III as well that will be, assisting you in the corner and helping out with your preparation. And most certainly we've seen on social media and through news articles that he is the guy. How has his work been with you?
Honestly, the whole Tawil family has been, a light in my life. Having Alan as a father figure, Alan Jr. as a brother, the whole Marissa, Layla, just the whole team surrounding me has been such a blessing in my life. To work with such incredible people, to work with such incredible boxers is just incredible. It's amazing.
And I think, I don't know how many people would know this out there, but I'm sure people would have questions as to how do you and your brother end up in two different gyms in two different provinces, let alone?
I think he went to university in Cape Town, whereas I was still in school, so I stayed here. And he obviously found Matt down there. And I joined him for a session there. And since I live in Joburg, I found a gym here and I've never looked back. His trainer works for him, my trainer works for me. So, just ended up in different places, but both extremely happy.
With the same promoter, though, you've both been primarily, I think you fought all your fights on Goldengloves. And how's that relationship going?
Amazing. To have Rodney there, knowing that he has my back, that he's to have him put me on as a female and take a chance on someone he's never really seen fight before was really, really heartwarming. I know I have him in my corner, I have him in my back, so I'm extremely grateful to him and the whole of Goldengloves for giving me that opportunity.
And of course, we're speaking off camera, and I think female boxing is it's the right time. You've arrived at the time where it's probably being pushed the furthest in South African boxing. Of course, on Goldengloves alone, there was a stage where no female boxers were featuring. You're there now, and you're benefiting from the new generation of young fighters coming through, including yourself. Undefeated fighters like Sarah as well, who's also up there as well. I think you put a post out with Kaylee Swartz, and there was another boxer, was there?
Sarah.
And Sarah, yeah. So, I mean, those three as a trio, you three, I mean, what do you think about it?
I think it's amazing, to have female boxing really, really pushing forward in people's minds, in people's hearts, it's really, really amazing to fight alongside those female boxers, to have female boxing being pushed more than it's ever been before, and to be a part of that is really great.
And for people out there, they're going to learn a little bit about you and who you are. What do you think you bring to the table in terms of boxing and going forward in your career?
I think that my ring name says it all, Duracell. I bring the stamina, I bring the punch rates, I bring that never-ending will to move forward and to keep punching, to keep throwing. So I think I definitely bring the stamina. I bring the old school technique that my coaches taught me that I'd like to bring into the female boxing ranks. So I'm very excited to bring that.
What sort of discussions have your team had with you with regards to your next steps? Are you looking at a title anytime soon? Or are you looking just to take it easy and go through the ranks? What has the discussion been? Listen,
I think I'm still a baby in the boxing world, but I'll take whatever comes. Whatever fight is put in front of me, I will take it head on. I'll listen to my coach, my manager. I'm very, very excited. No matter what, if titles come about, very excited. Going into the atomweight category, hopefully, will be very, very cool. So we'll see what comes along, but definitely pushing my career forward.
You mentioned atomweight really quickly there. Obviously, we discussed that it's not in South Africa at the moment, but there are international people that do box on that platform. Is that meaning that you want to fight internationally soon?
Definitely. I think that in the next few fights, I think that's the goal. But we'll see what comes along.
Okay, right. And then it is May the 31st on the Coronation that you'll be featuring. Obviously, it's going to be another stacked card. We've got Shavante Koopman at the top of the card for the IBO World title. The bill as a whole, how do you see it?
As I said, to fight alongside such incredible fighters, such well-known, world-renowned fighters, world-class fighters, is a privilege. And I'm very, very excited to see how the night unfolds.
Give us a fight prediction. What do you think is going to happen on fight day?
I do predict either a KO or a TKO, obviously depending on her chin, but we'll see. I can go the distance. I'm willing to go the distance. I'm ready for that. So whatever comes, I'm ready for it.
And do you have a direct message for your opponent before you step in the ring with her?
Be ready. Just, get in the ring. Be ready. I'm coming for you.
And is your camp gone really well?
100%. Better than any other camp. So very, very excited to see what I pull out of my pocket on the night.
Well, we look forward to seeing your performance on the night. Tyla, thank you very much for joining us on SA Boxing Talk again. Do you have any thank yous, any shout outs just lastly?
Just shout out to my coach, shout out to my team, my family for just sticking by me, and shout out to Rodney and Stan from Calvin Klein. So thank you so much.